You know those days where everything just seems to go wrong no matter what you try? Well, that's exactly what happens to a little cat named Poppy in the story we're diving into today, Poppy the Cat's Oops Day at School. But here's the thing, as we're about to find out, those oops moments, they might just be more magical than we ever thought. I mean, really think about this. The story asks this really powerful question that kind of flips everything we think we know upside down. What if every single mistake wasn't a failure, but actually a sign that you're on the right track? It's a pretty game-changing idea, right? So let's get into it. Okay, so to really get our heads around this, we first need to meet our guide for this whole adventure. So here she is, Poppy. Look at her, backpack on, ready to go. You can just tell she's got a head full of dreams and is all set to take on the school day. And, like a lot of us, she's really driven by that desire to do her best. She wants to make her teacher proud and, well, she wants to feel that awesome sense of accomplishment. But, as we all know too well, life has this funny way of throwing us curveballs when we least expect it. And for our friend Poppy, a day that started out with so much promise, it's about to take a pretty unexpected turn. And this is where we get to what the story calls an oops day. I mean, you can almost feel the anxiety coming off of Poppy here, can't you? We have all been there, staring at a problem that just feels impossible to solve. Or maybe a creative project that is just not turning out the way you saw it in your head. And it's right in those moments that that little voice of self-doubt starts to creep in. Okay, this right here really nails the problem, doesn't it? On one hand, we have this goal, this expectation of perfection. But then there's reality, which often has very different plans. And it's in that space, that gap right between the two, where we can start to feel like we're totally failing. And look, this isn't just a story about a cat. It's our story. We've all had those days where every single little oops feels like this huge personal failure. And that feeling, that temptation to just give up and throw in the towel, man, it can be overwhelming. But here's the big question. What if we've been looking at oops all wrong this whole time? What if it's not a dead end, but maybe a detour to somewhere even better? Well, Poppy is just about to find out. And this brings us to the real heart of the story, discovering the true power that's hidden inside that one little word, oops. And there it is. This is the big breakthrough. Poppy's realization is so simple, but it's also incredibly profound. Oops means I'm growing. Just like that, in an instant, mistakes are no longer something to be ashamed of. Instead, they're a sign that you're actually making progress. Wow. This shot just perfectly captures Poppy's transformation. You can see it, right? The weight of that whole oops day is just gone. It's been lifted. And what's left is this brand new sense of confidence. She isn't just walking home. She's walking taller. She's empowered by the exact same mistakes that just a little while ago were bringing her down. So, okay, let's break this down a bit. How does that actually work? How do we grow from our mistakes? What's really going on here? Well, this powerful idea has a name. It's called a growth mindset. And the core belief is that our brains are kind of like muscles. The more we challenge them, the stronger they get. And guess what? Mistakes are a super important part of that workout. So when you have a growth mindset, a mistake isn't the end of the story. Poppy's messy drawing, it's not the end of her career as an artist. No way. It's just a stepping stone, a really important lesson in what she can try differently next time. And this is so cool. The drawing itself didn't change at all, but Poppy's perspective on it, that changed completely. Where she used to see only flaws, now she sees character. Where she felt disappointment before, now she actually feels pride. I mean, this is the power of a growth mindset in action, right here. So this is Poppy's new way of thinking. Now, challenges are actually opportunities. Effort is the path to getting better. And oops, well, oops is just the sound of learning happening. She's figured out that the goal isn't to be perfect. The real goal is just to make progress. So if there's one crucial thing to take away from all this, it's this: real, true confidence. It's not about never making mistakes. It's about embracing them, seeing them for what they are, the actual building blocks of our success. So here's my challenge to you. The very next time you have one of those oopsie moments, try to see it through Poppy's eyes. Ask yourself, how can I turn this mistake into a milestone? How can I use this as fuel for my own growth? Because really, the power is all in your hands.